Okay, now let's talk about the 5 dumbest things advisors say after getting no.
Okay, so let's frame this for the audience so they understand what we're talking about. You've done your job up to this point. You've made a great presentation, and then the customer just stonewalled you and flat out said no. And I want to talk about
Your reaction.
The reaction, right? The response.
What do you do once you get no?
You've had this happen. You've been on site. You've traveled. You've been to other dealerships. What's the dumbest thing you've heard an advisor say to a customer at this point? What do you think the number one thing is?
After they hear no?
After they hear no, yes.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Well, the first one on the list is why. So they ask the customer why. Now,
it's logical, but
that's funny. We talked about Gen Y and why and why. So why is that a dumb thing to say? Well, it's because it puts the customer right on the point, and you put them a lot of pressure on them at that point when they say no. And think about we just talked about generational demographics and the different type of people that we're dealing with. Certain age groups, when they say no, that's it. No means no. And I could damage the relationship if I keep going further and I point that question to you at why. The reason I say this is number one on the list is because it creates a lot of negative emotions in the customer. We want to go beyond that first no, but in a way that's not attacking or putting the customer on the spot. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you came in and let's say I quoted you $15,000 for a lift on your Jeep, that we're giving away. The Gladiator.
You would have done it for $1,500?
$15,000.
Oh.
And you told me, no, you're not going to do it today. Right, so go ahead. Let's do just a quick role playing. Chris, it'd be $15,000. We can have that on Friday. Does that work for you?
Why is it you guys that live out in the desert that have nudist colonies always want to role play? What is it about that?
It's the
Swingers.
only time we get action, man.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? Tell me what I do.
Tell me no.
Okay.
You're not going to do that.
No, I'll do it. Go ahead.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
Why don't you want to do it, Chris? So do you see how attacking and to the point it is?
Yeah, it's very adversarial.
Yes, very adversarial. So that's number one.
Not even just in the role play, it felt weird.
See, role playing feels good, doesn't it?
There you go. Always
number 2 on our list of the 5 dumbest things that service advisors say after a customer says no is they try to validate and get an agreement with the customer, and they say, well, the other things that you declined weren't that bad anyways, so it wasn't that bad. Have you ever seen that happen?
Yeah.
What does that do?
It makes me want to kill him.
Like, really?
Yeah.
That's a really strong emotion.
No, but it's so ridiculous.
So why do you think service advisors say that?
Why? I don't know. At the heart of it, they don't believe or they're insecure.
Insecure, right there. That's it. They need to have the customer like them. Yes. So their acceptance from the customer, their self-worth is predicated on the customer accepting them.
It comes from the same place as some advisors that won't ask.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they want the customer to like them, and they think by letting the customer leave in a car that's going to break down, then they're going to have to come back, or that's going to leave them broken down on the side of the road, that's better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Than telling them the truth.
I agree. So maybe the customer approves something, they said no to the other stuff, and then the advisor tries to get an agreement or alignment with the customer and says, well, those struts, they weren't really that bad. We can do it next time. What they're really trying to do is set their next sale up, but what they're doing is completely discrediting their credibility, because you should never ask for something you don't 100% believe in. And if you back off of that much, and that statement just completely kills your credibility. So get that out of your language and don't say that ever again. So that's 2 out of 5. What do you think the 4th one is? 3rd one. I can't count today. Chris just gave me this look like, are you a moron? I'm like, no, it's the 3rd one.
I have no idea.
Let's go to number 3, okay?
Number 3.
Oh, there was an advisor at one of the BMW dealerships that I used to work at, and he sold on fear. This one is based in fear. So when a customer says no, one of the dumbest things I've heard an advisor say is, do you love your kids? So think about that.
That's right up there with, well, what do you want to do? Slide into a school bus full of kids and kill them?
That's right up there. So do you love your kids? Mr. Johnson, you need to do the breaks today. Do you love your kids? Okay, that's just don't go there. Don't sell on fear like that. That's fear-based selling that just does not work, right?
That's terrible.
It is. So that's the third one I heard there. Do you love your kids? And if they don't have kids, that's an even worse question there at all. Can we move to number 4 now?
Number 4.
What if I gave you a discount? Now, this goes back, I think, one of the episodes we had a while ago. We talked about discounting the diagnostic to save a sale. This isn't the same mindset there. Why should we not offer a discount at this point in the sales process? So we've made our presentation. We've asked the customer to buy. They say no. And now we're going to try to throw the life ring out there, save the sale by offering what? A discount. What does that question or that statement send to the customer? What message am I sending?
Well, we're devaluing ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Could it possibly send the message to the customer that our normal pricing is too expensive anyways? Absolutely.
We discount a lot.
We discount a lot, right? What if I gave you a discount? So yes, my opinion on this is, and I'd love to hear your take on this, I've always built my pricing in a way that I always have my best pricing on the ticket for the customer. So whenever they pull that discount card out and they ask me for the discount, I always come back with, Chris, I've already given you the best pricing I possibly can. The fee for the service would be X. And then you ask the closing question, can we move ahead with it?
Yeah, I think there too, asking more questions, like just going right to discount, like ask questions.
Absolutely.
You want to know, like, you know, the answer might be, well, I'm selling the car. Like, you know, you don't know what it is.
Absolutely. If you did your job in the beginning, you would know what it was.
Yeah.
Get that information when you do the write-up. So that's number 4. What if I gave you a discount? Now, the 5th dumbest thing advisors say after no, it's the parts department fault.
So you always got to do the parts thing.
I got to drag in the parts thing.
Really,
right?
this is the 4 dumbest things.
It's the 4 dumbest things that advisors say after.
Oh, that's funny.
So there we go.
The poor parts department. Thank you so much for watching this clip of Service Drive Revolution. Now you can catch the full episode on YouTube, iTunes, or Spotify, or wherever you consume your podcasts. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post new episodes. I'm Chris Collins, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Chris Bulldog Collins. And I'll see you again on the next episode.